Sending your kid off to college, a challenge in itself. Now that transition from high school to college, one of the biggest one that students will ever face. Dr. Erica Lennon from the counseling department at UNC Charlotte here to talk more with us about what students and parents can expect during that first year of college and how to make that transition a little easier. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, I will just tell you, the only thing my parents said to me when I left for college was basically, make sure you study a little and have fun, but don't have too much fun.
Not too much.
So that kind of didn't give me a whole lot to go with. So what kind of a conversation should parents be having with the kids before they leave?
Absolutely. So the study part's important. You got to talk about the academics piece, and I think a part of that is obvious to a lot of parents. So we need to hit that. Is a lot of students have different experiences in high school, but you need to go to class. Is go to class, even if you have that 8 a.m. class, and really try and stay on top of things, try not to get behind. But there's the other piece besides academics that I think a lot of parents don't talk about. Eating right, making sure you're getting enough sleep, doing some type of decompression. This could be exercise, this could be, reading, writing, going to a movie, something to decompress because you do work hard in college.
Well, and time management has got to be a big thing, too, because, our kids run very regimented schedules in high school. They often have extracurriculars, so they may have a sport after school or something else with church, and then they get into this new world where they've got all of these decisions.
Absolutely. Is they have this freedom all of a sudden that starts to happen. And I think at first it's really exciting, and for a lot of students it continues to be exciting, but sometimes it can get them into trouble. Is if you're not used to having to create your own schedule, to create a structure, is a lot of times you can struggle with that then.
What are some of the other problems you see with kids that may come to you and say, I'm struggling a little bit here. I need help. What do I do?
Absolutely. So probably the top 3 things that we see at the Counseling Center at UNC Charlotte are depression, anxiety, and then relationship concerns. And a lot of times if you're a first-year student, first semester, you're making that transition. There's so many things, as we just talked about, that can be new and different. And trying to cope with that can be really challenging. So it can take an impact on someone's mood. It can create more anxiety. They can notice that relationships are starting to feel different. So maybe they have a partner at home, and now it's long distance. Having to adjust to that, being away for family for the first time, having to adjust to that.
And that first semester, they may not have made a ton of friends yet, so they don't have the peers to go to. And one of the problems we were talking about during the break is they don't take advantage of the resources that they do have on campus.
Right. So the social support is one of the biggest protective factors going to colleges. They've got to develop that social support. This could be friends, again, this could be a romantic partner, it could be family back home or in the area, but use the campus resources. As you know, at the Counseling Center, we're there, we do a lot of outreach. We try to get, out of the Counseling Center to reach students where they're at, to let them know we're here. But we also need them at times that if something is going on and they really need the support, they need to come to us. There's academic support that's there. There's tutoring services. Reach out and do that. There's support with internships and career, but the students have to go to us to be able to get that support.
Lastly, I want to ask for moms and dads, because one of the things that I notice a lot is they don't know where the balance is of, I want to keep up on them, but I also want to show that I trust them and I'm not nagging all the time.
Absolutely. It's about finding that complete balance, and that's really hard to do for a lot of parents. And so what we sort of, recommend is be there for them, but also don't be there too much. And so if you can allow them, you kind of, in a way, you start to sort of move from a parent more to kind of a coach, if you will, is to be able to kind of, in a way, move to the sidelines, to be able to sit there and watch your child and support them, and when they get into trouble, help work them through it, but don't do for them, because they need to start to learn to do that for themselves.
If you need them, they're always there.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right.
Absolutely.
Dr. Erica Lennon, we appreciate the info this morning.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.